Hi peeps! Grant and I, there's Mr. Grant, are driving across Hillendale to pick up a piece of furniture. We're taking the scenic route, which takes us from where we live through a couple of small mountain towns and past a pretty little lake, and then it'll drop us down into the town of Oakhurst, where I am picking up a cabinet, a beautifully carved cabinet for my cabinet of curiosities. So I just wanted to give you guys a look-see at the terrain as we come around past the lake. It's so pretty. There's just enough snow to make it seem festive, and yet roads are completely clear and dry, and all is well. This is a part of the Sierras that wasn't too badly affected by the creek fire. If you head up the mountain a little bit more, you'd see a lot more burn scar, but this little area, it came through pretty good. So
it does have sign of beetle.
But yes, and like Grant just said, it has signs of bark beetle infestation. So, you know, give it 20 years and then this is going to be the inferno, unfortunately. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you a little peeky poo, and more later.
The windshield.
All right, now we are coming down into the little town of Oakhurst. Unfortunately, we're getting a lot of glare off the windshield because, oops, that's not good, because we're facing the sun. So that's a huge bummer. I'm sorry. But anyway, this little town is a lovely little town. It's got everything you need. Big grocery stores and lots of little touristy places. This town is right on the way to Yosemite, so it's a tourist destination. And Grant's parents lived here for years and years and years before they passed away, and so we don't have an opportunity to get here very often. So it's kind of nice to be able to new hotels right there. Okay, new retaining walls. Oh, that looks so modern. And then we have this on the other side. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of old west, sort of old west looking place. And up here we'll get to the intersection of 41 and 49. 49 is the
Golden Chain.
It is the Golden Chain Highway, which is the highway that takes you to the California Gold Country, famously settled by the 49ers. Is that an ironic name, or did they name it Highway 49 on purpose? Do you know?
I have a suspicion they probably named it that on purpose.
Okay. And boy, that's a beautiful drive. One of these days we'll have to take you to the Gold Country. It's just beautiful. It's not very far away from, you know, where we are. All right, so this is the main drag in town, where you'll find the restaurants and the fast food and, you know, all that. And we have a lovely little cemetery here, clean to the side of the road. So cute. I really love these little old west towns that still manage to be standing here in California. Okay, so now we're coming up to the traffic snarl.
The one traffic, or one of the two.
Yeah, one of the three traffic lights. Ooh, it's a new traffic light too. Modern. Now we've just turned on to 49. You'll see there's a Dollar Tree and a grocery outlet and a Rayleigh's over there. There's There's a Vons and a CVS pharmacy. Got your Jack in the Box there. So we are now just a few minutes from our destination, so I'll check in after. Look at this, you guys. It did not travel well when they brought it here. It kind of got loose. It needs some re-gluing. But look at the gorgeous hardware. It's all hand carved. It's from France. Look at the beautiful doors of this thing. There's a plate rail back there. We're missing a chest piece here, but that's no big deal. They've got it. I'm gonna stick it in the drawer, I think. And look at these beautiful doors. Again, they rattled their way off of the front, but this is just beautiful. And I cannot wait to get it home and figure out what we're gonna do with it. Alrighty, Miss Rachel, this part of the video is for you. One of the many things that they have for sale here is a very large dollhouse, complete with furniture, everything. All the dolls. Well, let me back up so you can get a better idea of the scale of this dollhouse. Okay, now let's take a look at the stuff. We've got the bride's room. We have, looks like 50s, 60s style furniture in there. We've got all sorts of little animals. Down here, there's an etagere, a secretary desk, an adorable little stove. Let's go back up. We have rug stickers, and we have another secretary. All of this commercially made stuff from whenever it was. Looks like about a 1 to 12 scale, I'm thinking, but you would know better than I. And a little mouse bride and groom getting married. And we have library shelves, which I adore because they actually look like library shelves. And some other cute pieces. Down here, we have kitchen stuff, food, and so forth. And we've got a wagon, the rest of the library. This thing is wired, you can see there. Beautiful spiral staircase going down, 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 down to this. And we've got portraits. And here's a bunch of photographs of the dollhouse without annotation. But I guess that's how it looked when it was set up. A beautiful little bathroom with a little naked doll in the bathtub. We have some outdoor furniture. And in the final room, we have a Christmas tree and toys and another lovely mantle. I guess this is a kit, Rachel. I mean, it looks like a kit to me. It's certainly hand-built. Looks like an older kit. I have no idea who made it. I mean, which manufacturer made it. But, FYI, this entire setup is $1,500. So, if you or anyone you know wants this packed up and shipped, let me know. She said that they will negotiate that price. This is just some various and sundry old junk that I already have boxes and boxes of. But I did get a butter dish because I needed one for the apartment. This plume is attractive, so I'm going to find out what they want for that. There's an entire room of relatively modern doll stuff and some antiques. This entire room is train stuff. A little writing desk, some stuff there. Then a bunch of Steiff bears, which I have no idea what they are asking, but I can find out because they're not going to be moving out of here for a while. There's also this lovely reproduction couch and an original Eastlake set here. Funny story. She tried to sell that crib on Facebook, and she got put in Facebook jail because you're not supposed to sell those for containing a child, because they're afraid that the child will get their head caught. But those little things are about 3.5 inches, maybe 4 inches from one to the next. So unless your baby is, 3 months premature and has microcephaly, you probably won't have to worry about it putting its noggin through those slats. Oh, Lord. Audio equipment, a broken high chair. It just splintered, and that's why it's down on its side. And you know me, I look at something like that and I think, well, shoot, I can do something with that. But I can do something with 2 40-foot containers worth of stuff. So do I really need more? I don't think so. Where do they have the reel-to-reel? This is nice. They have 2 reel-to-reels. Very cool. They want $50 for that one, but all this stuff is negotiable. They have to be on the road in a few weeks, and so they're trying to get rid of this warehouse full of attractive junk. So this is what I'm taking home: the butter dish, these 2 rug beaters, these marvelous old shoes, this lock, which I need a new one for my door at the apartment, all of that chatting thread, these music box innards, and a box full of cards. She also gave us a full-on, you can only see a little bit of it sticking out there, that blonde wood stuff. That's a full-on library shelf. Yeah, so I will be very sorry to go because this was fun. But I'm sure our hostess needs to get back to her life, and we need to get back down the hill. And
I think you can just go inside.
Grant is carefully. Oh, keep it. I always try to keep his faces out.
I don't care.
If you want to just add me up,
Yeah,
I'll have Grant come and get that when he's done with what he's doing now. And I'm going to find my money. Okay. So he's done a nice job of packing. And there are the library shelves, if you can see them right there. Those look like they came out of a school or some other commercial library. So this is what we're looking at today up in the beautiful Bass Lake area. So pretty. Bright sun, bright sky. Darling, she's adding up the other stuff. You'll probably... She's adding up the other stuff.
Oh, okay.
You might want to put it down into a box and stick it back in here. It's all small stuff. Okay.
There's
Yes.
some brackets. It looks like they're the brackets for the library shelves. There's a little box. Go back inside and look at it. It looks like it's kind of...
I'm sure they are.
Well, the point is to go and see what's up with that. If she wants to sell that as one of those
Well, I'm sure they go with the shelves, maybe.
I don't
But I'll
know.
double
No,
check.
they're not.
Okay, I'm going to double check. Okay, you guys, I'm cracking myself up. You see this lovely 1980s style 7-piece dinette? I keep having to come over here and sit my old fat ass down on this chair. And she said that there are 4 leaves that are self-stored inside the table. So if any of my locals are interested in something like this, it is available. At least it is as of today. Yeah, I have a funny feeling I might be back before they're completely done. And yeah. And these feet, you said $1, so it would be 141, right?
Oh, yeah, you can have those.
Okay. And there's a pile of little wood brackets over here that go with it.
The corbel things.
Yeah, little corbel things. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, there's books here, but those are the sort of books Grant and I already have a million of. So I know we don't need any more of those kinds of books. And I'm going to turn this around and look at you guys. Okay, so this was fun. I am so looking forward to getting back to the store and unloading this stuff. And Chris is going to have a little fit because he can't stand clutter, and I keep cluttering up the apartment. But he'll be happy when it's all said and done. So we're cool with that. Yeah, so I'm feeling a little discombobulated because I'm not used to vlogging. I haven't vlogged in such a long time. I haven't really made any, much of any videos in a long time. So I'm doing a lot of ums and a lot of eye rolling and a lot of stopping to think, what do I want to say next? So that's my cue that it's time to stop and come back and talk to you later. Alrighty, we are taking an alternate route home. This is obviously the highway, nice and wide without all the twists and turns. And it's a safer route if you're trying to haul home antique furniture that is threatening to fall apart for lack of glue at any given instance. So we were going to get some lunch, but my stomach's been a mess for so long. I'm afraid to eat anything while I'm on the road. So we'll throw something together when we get home. I've been actually thinking about grilled cheese sandwiches and soup. That sounds wonderful. Oh shoot. I'm trying to make your eyes go crazy. Sorry. So anyhow, we're coming out of, or we just came out of Oakhurst, and now we're heading down the hill toward a little town called Coarsegold, which is much, much smaller.
They've got a Sonic at the gas station now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you wanted something from Sonic.
I love this intersection. When we get to this intersection, we finally make our left-hand turn toward home. You can see the beautiful tabletop mountains there, and off in the distance you see the snow-covered Sierra Mountains. So beautiful. I love living here. And I don't know, the whole place just is enchanted. I love the rock outcroppings that you see in the fields. And on this side, the pastoral fields with little black Angus cows potting them like eyelash mites. It's just really a beautiful place. So now we're on the home stretch and I'm feeling darn good about it. I think we will,
We're about 15 miles from home.
Grant says we're about 15 miles from home. What do you want to do, honey? You want to just go? Let's not go home. I don't want to take this furniture down that bumpy road. Let's go directly to the store
Okay.
and we'll throw it all in the store and then we can call her done. Oh look, there are bee boxes out there. You see the yeah, but these guys don't know that. See the bee boxes out there? White boxes. I don't know, it's just breathtaking. I mean, in my mind, when I think about California, I don't think about LA and San Francisco and San Diego. I think about the Sierra Nevadas and the huge valley that lays at their feet, the San Joaquin Valley. I don't know if we still call it the San Joaquin Valley. Are we supposed to call it the Central Valley?
No, there's always been the division, the Sacramento Valley, the San Joaquin Valley, and the combination of the two is the Central Valley. The north of Sacramento, it's the Sacramento Valley. This side, it's the San Joaquin Valley.
Yeah,
But you call the whole
I knew that.
But you call the whole thing the Central Valley.
Yeah, I never included the Sacramento Valley in the San Joaquin Valley, just FYI. Okay, so that's about all for right now. There's just a whole lot more of this for a few miles. When I was a little kid, I was about 8, and a friend of mine and her older brother, who was a teenager, we drove up to that Coarse Gold place we just left, and on the way home, we came through this area and we came down that straightaway and he just let it fly. It felt like we were going 100 miles an hour and he was probably doing, 50. And oh, it was so exciting to be on the bench seat in the back of a Ford LTD or whatever it was. No seat belts, just screaming crazy down what felt like the most dangerous road ever with my friend and her 17-year-old brother. We had so much fun. And what we did actually is we did a little hike to an abandoned house, like a shack or a cabin. There's Frank Dam. That dams up the San Joaquin River. Anyhow, so we picked our way through the rattlesnakes and everything else, got to this little house. We couldn't drive to it. We had to walk. And when we got there, we poked around, and I think the brother picked up some bottles and I think maybe an old tool. There wasn't much left. It had been picked over so many times. But anyhow, that was real exciting. I love remembering the exciting happenings of my youth.
I think that's our cell tower for our cell phone.
Sure, that's our cell tower. That's what it looks like to me. And we're coming around the corner. This area has really grown up. It is, of course, like everything else in the world, it used to be smaller. But they've built all kinds of stuff like this housing development there. But what I want to show you, gosh, I wish I had a gimbal. I need to buy one. What I want to show you is the progress on the casino, which we are going to see here momentarily. This casino, like I said in my last video about it a few months ago, I fully expected to hate this thing. It's off there in the distance. I thought, oh no, it's going to be a horrible monstrosity and it's just going to look like one of those cheap, tacky buildings that they put up now. Kind of like Chuck Chansey. But instead, they gave it a real 50s, Honolulu beach sort of wang. And I really, really like it. It reminds me, I look at it and I think of Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett and Angie Dickinson and Elvis and Bing Crosby and all of those folks. That's what this building reminds me of. It reminds me of the Rat Pack and mobsters. Oh, Lordy. So yeah, I'll probably edit a lot of this part out, or maybe not, who knows.
See, they're building another development here.
Yep, building stuff everywhere. Yeah, is it like we have enough water? That's the thing that ticks me off. But, you know, progress. You can't let something tiny like inadequate infrastructure hold back making money. Can you now? No, I think you can't.
Now you can see it.
Now you can see the casino, sort of. You can see through all the glare. Good heavens. Look at this cancerous scab upon the earth right there. Big old housing development. Yuck. Yeah. People have to live somewhere. I get it. But there's plenty of inventory down in town. There's no reason to plant growths up here where growths are not already. So anyhow, y'all have to tell me what you think about the design of this. It's glass and ceramic. All that white stuff is some sort of ceramic tile.
Even the gray stuff, local grays.
Well, it appears white in the... I don't know. It just... all those sweeping curves kind of gives it a beachy vibe. And then over on this side, we have Brighton Crest, which is a snooty, rich people's development of houses. This has been out here a while. This isn't new. I think Brighton Crest has been here since what, the late 70s?
I don't know.
Yeah, late 70s or early 80s. What a day it has been. I am so tired. We continued our drive. We got to the store, unloaded everything into the store, came home, and man, we both just fell out. We collapsed into our recliners, and I guess we were probably asleep within 3 minutes. And so we rested, until after dark, and then I went back over. Chris had gotten home to the apartment, and I showed him all the new stuff, and we talked about what we can do with it. And it was real exciting. And, now I'm home, and I'm gonna turn off these lights, and I'm just gonna go to sleep. But I hope you enjoyed your little jaunt with me across the mountain to pick up more crap I really don't need. Bye.